I ran away from home. Okay. I thought there's something better the world could offer me. I was a rebel teenager, and my mom is a disciplinary. So niliona kama huyu dem ananisumbua. At the age of 14, I was a baby, for God's sake. And I can remember very well, I escaped HIV when I was pregnant with my firstborn. I was shaken. I was shocked. I was like, what is not happening? It felt like, you know, something weird. You know, there are things you learn in school that you cannot learn on the streets. I have a certificate on the streets, but I don't have a certificate in education. Yeah, I've been quite busy and ignored music a bit, but also because Kenyans ignore my music, so I don't want to waste my time. They let me do other things. Really? Yeah.
Everything about her just screams excellence. She seems to have figured her finances, you know, her businesses, even family. Today, I'm with Madam Boss herself, Akothee. Karibu sana, Kids Media. Thank you. So maybe we can start with something very important. You're done with your degree. Why go back to school, Madam Boss? We go to school to look for money, I suppose. Why do you want to go back to school? Maybe you can tell us about that journey and where you studied, you got your degree. Yeah.
All right. I'll start by introducing myself. Yeah. My name is Esther Akoth. I'm a mother of 5, 2 boys and 3 girls. I am an entrepreneur. I run a few businesses across the country. I'm the CEO and the founder of Akothee Safaris, which is the #1 tours and travel agencies. I'm the CEO of Aknotela, a marketing agency. I'm the CEO of Akothee Properties, a real estate agency. And I am the president of Akothee Foundation. That is not a business, it's an NGO. It's a non-profitable organization. And my desire to give back to the community made me register the foundation so I can be able to support as many vulnerable communities as possible. Okay. Well, I am the #1 brand ambassador in Africa. I represent quite a lot of companies. I'm the brand ambassador for Chandaria Industries under brand Rosie. I'm the brand ambassador for just the newly launched commercial flights to Migori County, Skyward. I am the brand ambassador for Migori County. I represent Migori County in trying to put out my county out there because we realized that we also have some of our daughters and sons who are in diaspora and does not know what is available for us, and also try to link up the government with the people under tourism, culture, trade, industrialization, sports, youth and arts. I am non-political. I have zero appetite for politics because I normally don't put my energy into things I don't really understand. Yeah, and in terms of education, allow me to say that I'm holding a degree. Just recently finalized my longest education ever. I've been to Mount Kenya University for the past 14 years. First, I joined Nairobi University down in Mombasa, and I think I was born an intelligent girl automatically. I don't need to read books to write anything on pen and paper. So my mom is a disciplinary, and however much I achieved in life, my mother never let me rest. Every time I told her about my achievement, the mansions I'm building, the checks I'm banking, she kept on asking me, how about your degree? So I felt like this woman is so much on my neck. I think I should get this degree so that I can rest. So first and foremost, it was a push from my mom. Secondly, no, first and foremost, it was a push from my peers. My ex-husband, the father of my kids, was in was in Eldoret University, called Moi University. And you know, the English you speak in Form 2, Form 3 is not so polished, and you don't have that confidence. So whenever I went to visit him, the girls we went to school together with, I was in Nyabisawa High School, could speak English like, you know, it became like their mother tongue. And it thwarted my self-esteem in one way or the other. And I looked at these girls and asked, if they can speak English, good English like this, how about me? So instead of me hiding, then I need to go back. I need to go back to school. My mom really tried with me.
So wait, that was after you dropped out in Form 2?
Yeah, that's when I dropped out in Form 2 and got married. Okay. So I had all my children. By the time I was 20, I had 4 kids. Okay. And I was living with the parents of of my ex-husband. So I was serving more of as a house girl, as my ex-husband was being, ex-husband was being educated. And my mom really wanted me to go back to school. So my mom took me back to school in Asego, Canada. She rented for me a house where I used to leave my children in the house and I go to school.
That was after you got divorced?
No, we were not divorced yet. My husband was still in school.
Okay.
He was in university.
Okay, in Eldoret. In
Eldoret. And my mom really wanted me to get education. Yeah. So she took me back to school and she rented me a house. I think it was a Mabati house, an iron sheet house. And I would leave my children with a house girl and I would go to school and come back. Then now my ex-husband came to visit me. He had brought me a stove. Bringing this stove, he made me pregnant again. So I had to drop out of school again. I ran away from my mom's eyes because now I could not tell her why I am pregnant again. Then I gave birth to my daughter Prudence, who is now doing her master's in France. Yeah. So after that, my mom took me back to school again together with my ex-husband in Wasio Mixed Secondary School. And this time round I was a bit serious. She made sure she took me for family planning and inserted those things. She was like, this one I know, you are too fertile for life. Yeah, so I managed to clear my Form 4 in 2004. If I'm not wrong, 2 or 4. I scored a C+. Yeah, and yeah, I was the third best and the first girl in Wasio Mixed High School. It's not only Wasio that I went to. I also tried to go to this school is called what? Gachambi Mixed High School. And then I went to boarding school because I wanted to concentrate more. So after that, then my marriage was dissolved in 2006. I became a taxi driver down in Mombasa together with my brother. And I was hawking soap. I did quite a lot of stuff. But the education my mom instilled in my mind was always still there. So as a taxi driver, I thought, let me just go to school and register. So I went and registered in Nairobi University. But then I was not able to pay. And you really
excelled as a taxi driver?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't pay my school fee because I could balancing school fee, children. So they didn't call me and told me, you are not able to, you can't be this inconsistent. So
what had you enrolled for in
business management? Okay. Yeah. I always wanted to be a business person. Okay. Yeah. I've always wanted to be a, because I also got a B+ in commerce. Yeah, so I don't know maths, but I can count money. So with that, I got my financial independence, and well, I give credit to my uncle, Mark Ogendi, who was also working at the University of MKU, and that is how I got to learn about Mount Kenya University. And he told me I can be accommodated as a distance learning student because I'm busy and traveling. I had touched kidogo money, so I also wanted to enjoy my life a bit and also reading and stuff. So we enrolled.
What year was that?
2013. So 2013, I had hit my financial independence. I had money, so I could pay for school fee comfortably. I enrolled in 2013 in Nairobi. Was it? Yeah. In Nairobi University. But then,
in Nairobi University?
Yeah. No,
in the main campus?
The main campus.
Thika one?
Yes, the Thika one. Okay. But then again, in my traveling and stuff and trying to balance career and stuff, I wasn't able to really be consistent with school. Sometimes mcheni zimenipita, I come back, cuts have gone, maybe I've done 3-4 cuts, the other ones zimenipita. So that's how we ended up with 14 years on a course which was supposed to take only 4 years. And then when I moved to Nairobi for my career, and when my career hit as a musician, I went back to Mombasa because napenda raha kidogo pia. So I said, now my career is at the peak. Let me go back to Mombasa, and I moved my education to Mombasa campus. Then uko pia kuna raha nyingi. So with the traveling again, I wasn't able to catch up. So that's why we rolled up to 14 years for a course of only 4 years. So I also started slowing down after I became too successful, and I wanted to have a calm life. And when my partner came into my life, we decided to go to the village because I'm also a farmer, and he also loved farming. So one day I was driving to Kisii for shopping. I saw Mount Kenya University, and I had like almost 4 units.
By the village you mean Migori?
Migori, yeah.
Okay.
So I had some 8 units pending somewhere with a struggle. So I saw Mount Kenya University. I'm like, oh, so you mean Mount Kenya University is in Kisii? Then I think, let me branch and have a look at what is happening. So I branched in, and I found one gentleman called Mr. Chepkeres. I told him my journey, and I asked him, is it possible for me to, for you to, how do you call it, transfer me from now Mombasa campus to Kisii campus. Say, okay, I'll do inquiry, but I think it is possible, and we can walk you through. And that's how I landed back to Kisii. And because I had so much time in the village, now I was able to finalize the 8 courses which were, the 8 units which were remaining. However, I was supposed to graduate in August. But then there are some 2 units which were not uploaded. I do not know why. I was so angry and mad. And then when I was called and told that I was not able to graduate and I need to come back to the country and do the 2 units. So I cancelled my family vacation, came back, sat for the 2 exams, and here we are, graduating in December.
Ooh, love that for you. Really love that for you. So what do you intend to do with this degree now that you have it?
I'm already enrolling for masters.
Okay.
Yes.
In MKU still?
Yes.
We hope. Masters in what?
Strategic management.
Strategic. Why strategic management?
I'm a manager.
Okay.
So I need to manage some strategies.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not in school to be employed. I'm in school to gain knowledge and to be able to, there are things you learn in school that you cannot learn on the streets. I have a certificate on the streets, but I don't have a certificate in education. And also education gives you a different kind of environment that you can even be able to express yourself with proof of concept.
So how far do you intend to go with your education?
I have, I'm 42 now.
Will we have a Dr. Akothee?
Yes, of course. That's where I'm heading, I need a title besides Esther. Nice.
Can't wait to see that come into fruition.
Thank you.
So I've also realized that you've employed quite a number of people. There are so many people around you. I want to know, maybe how many employees do you have in total? Around, can I say 40? 40 employees. Just managing you and your things, huh?
Yeah, a lot of things,
Okay. Talk to me about your house help training business.
Okay, Madam Boss Institute of Home Management. Well, being a perfectionist, I've realized that I really suffer by getting a professional house manager. I don't call them house helps anymore because they don't help. They're also there to earn. I think it's better you give them a better title. So this Madam Boss Institute of Home Management came to me as an inspiration. I've trained quite a lot of people, all my employees, including my chef. I trained them on how I want to be handled. I really have to give credit to one of my house managers called Eva. She's a Kamba. We've been together like for 10 years, and then we had love-hate relationship, the toxic relationship of we break up, she comes back, I realize I miss her, and the way I trained her and how she was now able to handle, even I walk in, I would know Eva is the one who did my bed. If she didn't do my bed that day, I definitely know it's not her. So I came up with this initiative because I've realized that as families, we also tend to look down upon house helps, which is wrong, because these people, we leave them with our children. They come into our house. Some of them come from remote areas. They've never seen how to flush a toilet. And because me as a Akothee expect them to be house help, and I expect them to have common sense. I mean, common sense is not learned in school, but these toilets, we are seeing them, this is a modern life. So I'm looking at a place whereby we can train house girls, house girls so that they can understand, to become house managers. I'm looking at a situation whereby my house help is able to do even homework with my child, is able to drive, is able to do a meal plan, is able to take temperature of the baby. When the baby is behaving in a certain way, they'll be able to know how to even behave. Most of us are frustrated because we have house girls who are frustrated, who also frustrate us. The boss at work is frustrating us. So you even wonder who you are leaving your children onto. Again, Kenyans have a tendency of having one house help who is doing everything. Imagine you are leaving this house help with your child who is maybe a month old. You expect her to wash, iron, clean the home, right? Cook, and also take care of your child. Have you thought about what is going to suffer? Because among us all these things, something must suffer. And the
God
person,
forbid it's your child.
That is it. So, and also we are bringing up, you realize that your child has some funny behaviors, even like ngongo or something like that, because we've not trained them on how to. You've just gotten a house help and you're like in a bureau. You just leave someone you don't know with your child. So I think this institution will be able to really curb that niche.
Yeah. So how do you enroll?
Okay, it's on the process, and I'm looking at uplifting mostly ladies who got pregnant and drop out of school. I'm a school dropout, so I know what it means not having a certificate. So we'll give chances to those who never made it anywhere in education, and also those who are willing to train their households can also come on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. How much do you pay your house managers?
My house managers, like by the time Eva was leaving, she was earning 25.
Okay.
My chef earns 30. Okay. Yeah. Okay. His work is just to cook for me, and I live on my own. He doesn't do anything else. Just cooking, setting my table, and that's it. There's somebody else doing the cleaning. Okay. So he cooks and leaves.
Okay. So before you finish, Akothee, allow me to ask you this. I want to know, when you dropped out in Form 2 at 14 years, up to the time you were leaving your marriage, when you're going through all that, you know, early pregnancy, rape technically, were you guys age mates? You and your ex-husband? Or you were age mates? Who allowed this, and how did your parents take that?
No one allowed it. My mom looked for me. I ran away from home. Okay. I thought there's something better the world could offer me. I was a dancer. I loved dancing. I was in the disco. I was just a rebel. I was a rebel teenager. And my mom is a disciplinary. So niliona kama huyu dema ananisumbua. Wewe wacha nende nikule maisha huko nje. You know, I want to go dancing. I had all this kind of hairstyles, and I would sneak from school to go to those Omega 1. We were the best dancers. So my mom wouldn't have allowed it because I come from a rich family. And I think my ex-husband's mom was a bit calm, and my mom was a bit tough. So I found a refuge. Okay. By the time my mom was finding out where I am, I was already pregnant for my firstborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had no idea. You were ignorant about family planning.
No, I didn't know. Even by the time I had all my children, not even knowing about sex. Yeah. I was just there. Yeah.
So what can you maybe need a comment about abuse in relationships, because a lot of women, girls are suffering. We're seeing girls ending their lives, and I know that at the end of your marriage, the last 6 months you were really abused, and emotionally, that is, and you that are conjugal rights. You even denied conjugal rights. Oh yeah, when I was still married. Yeah. You see, I got married. I was not self-aware. I did not know. Like I told you, I never knew anything to do with romance, sex, or whatever. I thought it was sports. And, you know, I was like, okay, this guy is not asking about it today, so we are sleeping. I did not know that it's something that has to be mutual. And at the age of 14, I was a baby, for God's sake. And I can remember very well, I escaped HIV when I was pregnant with my firstborn. Because, you see, the things the children... the pupils or students learn in school, we don't really carry it to practicals, real life. So when my daughter, you know, made the first moves in my stomach, I was shaken. I was shocked. I was like, what is not happening? It felt like, you know, something weird. And then, you know, as a woman, there are some stages you go through when you're pregnant. There's some discharge and stuff. Nowadays, we talk about those things. People are afraid of talking about them, but they're reality. And I thought, I am sick. So there's a doctor I knew that used to treat, he was dating one of my how do you call matrons? Someone who takes care of you, Made. Someone who takes care of you in secondary school. Matron, I guess.
A mother. She's a student also.
Oh, your school mom.
Yeah, my school mom.
Okay.
And they were dating, and when we were admitted together in a hospital, this doctor sneaked into our room and did his things, whatever the case. And so this doctor was actually HIV positive, and he died of AIDS. And when I saw these changes in my body, I went to him because I knew him somehow, personally. And in the hospital, he asked me to undress. And because I was just self-aware. I did not know what he was doing, so he was just touching me all over the body, and I was just looking at him. I did not know this guy was busy romancing. For me, I thought it's a doctor taking care of me. Then he said, with the down there, we can give you a tablet that can actually help you clear the discharge. And then I was waiting for the tablet to come. And he came, and he wanted to use his private part with the tablet. I said, hey, hold on. My husband has the same. Why can't he use the same to insert the tablet? So you see, from there he said, no, don't go and tell him. So when I stood up, that's when I realized, oh, there is something which is not correct. So all this 30 or 40 minutes, this guy was all over my body. He was busy abusing me and I did not know. So I went home, I was very angry, I was crying.
Did you tell anyone?
My mother-in-law. Okay. So my mother-in-law came, found me crying, and I wasn't eating. And I told her, your son has infected me with venereal disease. The doctor has told me, you have to tell him to come back home. So you need to insert this medicine. This medicine you need to go and collect, you know, innocently. So we went back with her. She frog-marched me there and told me, where is this doctor? When we arrived, the doctor denied. And he said he did not say that. He just said that there's some tablets I need to use. And the guy died of AIDS after 3 to 4 months. Yeah. So you can imagine what the teens go through. I think when I received my first periods, I didn't even know it was periods. I went shouting to where my mom was, hey, I'm seeing blood. He's like, shut up, you don't talk like that. So I think there should be a lot of awareness, and if we are able to talk to these girls and let them tell us what they go through. I was once raped at the age of 13. I could not tell it to my mom, like I told you before. I had to lock myself in a room for almost a week, and it really affected my sexual life. It took me time. Even up until now, it takes me time to even open up to a relationship that now I'm equally ready. So I was damaged at that age of 13. My mom never knew about it. I think she's just listening to it on radio or TV right now. Yeah.
And how do you like, what do you do to stay sober? You know, with all those things you've gone through up until now, and I feel as if now your life seems okay. You seem to be flourishing in all aspects, including your marriage. We are so happy for you.
Thank you.
What do you do? What keeps you sober? Do you go for therapy?
Well, I don't go for therapy. Therapy just came with money. You know, money comes with a lot of problems. So when you don't have money, do you even think about therapy? What is even therapy? I think I compete with the Esther yesterday, and what makes me put my neck on top of the water is because I've tested poverty, and for sure I never want to be there. I want only to be the better version of myself. And the things that make me be the person I am today is who you see is what you get. I don't have a double life. The Esther you see on camera is the same person you'll see off cameras. I'm living one day at a time, and only to do the best with the best because it is right to do so. I'm a disciplined person.
Yeah. Clearly. Yeah. Do you expect more music from you?
Yes. I just dropped a big song, Simu, and right now I'm supposed to be going into studio and to bring out an album. Yeah, I've been quite busy and ignored music a bit, but also because Kenyans ignore my music, so I don't want to waste my time. They let me do other things.
They really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we expect more music?
Yes, sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for talking to us. I think you're an inspiration for real. Really? Role model. I don't know. Do you have any comment about that?
About being a role model? Yeah. I am not even a role model to myself. Okay. You know, I'm also, you see, when my mother gave birth to me, nobody ever handed over to me a book on how to live life, okay? We are both just struggling, but on different levels. I know people admire me, but I am happy when they admire the success. And they do not know the journey to how I got to the success. If only they would give me 1 minute, like you've given me, to understand where I'm coming from, to be who I am today. I am not even a role model to my children because there are things I've done in my life that I'm not proud of. But what can I do? I can't kill myself. I own my past. I enjoy my present as I work for the future. If you choose me as your role model, please just pick the positive things you see about me. The negative ones, also remember, I am human.
Asante sana, Akothee. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
On graduating. I hope we'll be invited. Of course, we will.
Yes, and we have a flight right now to Migori. Yeah. It leaves at 6:25, and by 7 you are in Migori. And those leaving from Migori to Nairobi, the flight leaves at 7:55, and at 8:50 you are in Nairobi. So you see the things that are now happening. The infrastructure is open to everyone, and I ask everybody to come and fly skyward. We still fly to different destinations, but Migori is very special. Yeah.
Sawa, sawa. Asante sana.
You're most welcome.
That has been Akothee. Until next time, kwaheri.
Thank you very much. It was amazing.
You're most welcome. Oh, you guys were here? So you had off my secret. Okay, my name is Akothee. I'm an artist, and keep on watching Unfiltered.